Hello and welcome after a long break to CHRYSALIS, The Family Adventures, episode 41. To briefly synopsis, at a family breakfast, Joey praises Giselle's driving when she says a truck hit her during the storm. But talk of money, troubles, provokes tensions between them, and Josh's teasing of his father brings up the subject of corporal punishment and the change from a long time ago when it was given. The subject of Giselle's escapade with Jenny gets Joey more upset. Giselle defends herself having been totally drunk and not remembering a thing from that night. She then hits him with her own evasive behavior the night she got back, wanting to get amorous, but when Mike zeroes in on his jealousy, Joey admits he couldn't stand the thought of her being with another man, which melts Giselle's heart. But Joey brings up Mike's own abandonment of his son as causing him to miss the social and amorous life, eliciting Josh's rare sympathy for his dad, along with Mike's remorse. Joey tells his dad to appreciate his giving him a second chance with Josh, and says to Giselle, how about another one? Which she thinks means another kid, which she does not want. The subject of vasectomy comes up, especially in light of Mike's admission of his having had one. Meanwhile, Samantha, Kamala in the room, is happy about her pending discharge, but when Dr. Morfield and the attendant bring up the necessity of her parents taking her, her mood darkens. He says she's going to have to deal with this prospect, and even Kamala's assurance that she'll be around and that they can have sex doesn't help. The family, back at home, is interrupted when Jenny's sudden intrusion, brushing by an angry Joey, who doesn't want her there at all, gets Giselle angry, and Jenny gets even more angry at Giselle's brushoffs. During this commotion, Tom all of a sudden enters. And now, without further ado, here is CHRYSALIS, The Family Adventures, episode 41. Fade in. Voiceover. Previously on CHRYSALIS, The Family Adventures. Internal. Samantha's hospital room day. Dr. Morfield is there with her. Dr. Morfield. So let's get down to the nitty-gritty of the details of your arrest and assault. Cut 2. Now we need to focus on how you will be at the hearing. Cut 2. Samantha is sobbing. Samantha. I hate to have to keep remembering this horrible event over and over. It's like I'm the victim. Why do I have to keep going through this? Dr. Morfield. Because you want to be heard and vindicated. Cut 2. Internal. The house. Giselle's and Joey's bedroom. Dusk. Giselle is in bed in bedclothes, a tray with empty dishes across her lap. Giselle. Wow, I can't believe I've been in bed all day. I guess I should get up. Cut 2. She starts to heave herself out of bed, but it turns out to be harder than she anticipated. Giselle. Oh my God, what happened to me? She struggles again, is able to push herself out of bed and stand up, but then she lets herself fall back into the bed. Giselle. Never mind. It's almost time to get back in bed. Cut 2. Joey. The cars today are super automated and work off digital systems. I need to learn about them, but don't tell anybody I told you this. Cut 2. Giselle. Well, now you can put that boy of ours to work since that's his forte. Joey, snapping angrily. No! Don't you dare! Not a word to anybody. I don't want anybody to know I'm not up to date in my field, especially that smart aleck wise-ass. Do you know how embarrassing it is? Cut 2. Giselle. Fine, take the damn tray and let me have some peace and escape with a good action movie. Caption. And now, continuing on, in and out of the cocoon. Theme music display. Caption. The family adventure continues. Internal. The house, living room, dining area day. Everyone's around the table eating. Giselle. I don't think I'll ever feel this regular again like a normal human being. Everyone's quiet. Giselle. Unless, of course, we get another round of snow, and I get sideswiped by another trucker. Joey. You got sideswiped by a truck? Wow, you're a great driver. I checked out your car. Just a few small dents like it was a small nothing. Giselle. Thank you, Joey. Now I just need to find somebody who fixes people, because I'm not that lucky. Joey. Don't complain to me. I didn't make you work like a crazy woman when even your boss said go home. Giselle. I don't know if you checked lately, but we got a son and daughter both running up bills, and now a father out of work. Josh. What bills am I running up? Joey to Giselle. I hate to dispel your illusion, but staying late and getting sick isn't going to net us a windfall. To Josh, waving off Giselle's attempt to speak. And you, young man, have a huge legal bill. Or have you forgotten that already? Mike. I said I would cover that. Joey to Giselle. There you go, relax. Josh. Yeah, it's taken care of. Joey, turning head. I don't need your help. Turns head back to Giselle. Take a couple days, and if you really want to gripe, you can explain to me why you run off to stay with that woman. Giselle. Did you forget all the craziness in this house? This one's cheating on his punishment with a girl in the room soaked with urine. Josh and Joey start to react, but she cuts them off, going on. Giselle. And that one's in the hospital because she had to down 2 pill jars. Life wasn't good enough. But it's okay. I'm over that now. Joey. I hope you learned your lesson. Giselle. I know I should ignore that, but what lesson? Joey. Just go to work, come home, and leave when your boss says to. Giselle. Joey, if you're going to treat someone like a child, your own actual children would be a good place to start. Joey. I wouldn't take shots at me now after how great progress this one made while you were gone. He points to Josh while he says that. She gives him a sour look, and an uncomfortable silence hangs a short while. Mike. I just remembered, Giselle. Didn't you tell me something about women being two-faced, not warning you about their husband coming home and catching you? Joey. So that really is true then. And that makes me even more upset. You telling me that while I'm working my ass off all day, you starts to say don't even have the time, Josh, before Joey gets a chance to say the above line. Oh, put it back on then. Joey lunges for his son, who ducks and flees the table quickly as his dad lays chase to him and then stops. While Giselle, Mike, you see what you started? Joey to Josh. You're lucky you're fast, or I would end up in jail. Josh, still in distance. What? Joey. What, you never heard of child abuse laws? Ask your grandpa here how fathers punish their kids. Mike. I never punished you that way. What, you mean your grandfather hit you? Joey. He never hit me, but he got hit. Mike. I did too. Joey. It was normal. Mike. Still wrong. Joey. Now you go to jail. And look at kids today getting into stupid fights and killing each other. Mike. For that you can thank your Republican friends for refusing to support common sense gun law, safety laws. Joey. No, and I'll prove you why. Back then, people carried guns and no child dared use it until black people took over the ghettos and started this whole horror show. And they vote Democrat. So there. Mike starts to attempt to come back, but Joey turns back to Giselle. Joey. Now, back to you. So I'm busting my butt. Joshua's return to the table cracks up. Joey. Oh, come on. You're 17, not 13. Grow up. Josh. 18. I'm legal. I can laugh at butt jokes now with impunity. Joey. Impunity. You forgot one thing. As long as you're in this house and didn't graduate, you still got punity. So put a lid on it. To Giselle. And as for you, my dear, anyway, you got my point. I work hard all day, and then you tell me you're too busy at work for me, even though your boss lets you off right in front of me? And now it turns out you're hanging out with a girlfriend again? How many times are you going to see that girlfriend? Giselle. How many times I got to tell you I'm Joey going on? Maybe Josh, and don't get smug, sonny boy. Maybe Josh was right, that you are turning into a lesbian. Everybody looks at Giselle. Joey. I wouldn't be surprised if you're doing that, boss, too. Giselle. Now I've heard every ridiculous thing. First of all, whatever that was, I was totally drunk and don't remember a thing. Second of all, It was late, and I needed to crash without all the craziness of this house. Third of all, her husband is just as stupid as you're now turning out to be, suspecting everything and being very threatening. I got scared. I told you I told you about it, and you carried on about some terrorist group. Joey. Oh yeah, Antifa. Giselle. And finally, it wasn't me who took your hands from around me when I was snuggling up to you to smoke your beer. I mean, drink your effing beer and read your lousy paper. Joey. It was the TV. Giselle. Like, that makes a difference. Joey. Makes a big difference. I picked up the remote to turn the volume down so we could be more. Giselle. Be more what? This I gotta hear. Joey. Be more. Giselle. Joey, you always blow it. Every time. You're lucky I hung around. Joey. You're lucky I hung around. Giselle. Excuse me? Mike. Guys, come on. You both got issues. Just Joey and Giselle virtually simultaneous. Just what? Mike. Just recognize you both been through hard times. You got tough jobs. Joey. With her, it's just an act. Giselle. All right, I'm leaving and I'll have the divorce. Mike. Joey. Do you realize what you just said? Joey. That's right, I do. The truth. Mike. No, Joey. You just insulted her in a big way and you hurt her. Joey. All right, let me come clean. I wasn't planning for it to turn out this way at all. When you said that, Dad, it hurt to think she was with another, well, maybe not man, thank God, but still, the idea that she was in another man's bed. I couldn't deal with it. It really, it really, it really got to me. Giselle suddenly loses her disgust, as though stopping short while he's talking and softens. Joey, I wish you hadn't brought it up, because I already knew about it. Giselle comes close to Joey and puts her arms around him. That's all I needed to hear, that you love me so much that the thought of another man killed you. Joey, of course I do, honey. It's Dad's fault. Maybe we shouldn't let him stay here after all. Mike, Joey, I was just concerned about Giselle because when I told her about how some women caused me to lose my job, Joey cutting on. She didn't cause you. You caused yourself to lose it by hitting on her. Like whatever it was, a small indiscretion, which it wasn't even, which it wasn't even that, which it wasn't even that, is no reason to end a career and leave me high and dry. I'm sorry. And when I shared this with Giselle, she said that thing about other women's husbands catching you, which completely threw me, and I got concerned for her. Joey, oh right, yeah, sure you did. You're just trying to stick it to me. Mike, no, Joey, come on, I'm not going to bring this up ever again. I see where I went wrong. I wasn't there for you when you needed a man. It's my fault, all this. Giselle, no, Mike. Joey pulls her back. No, let him feel bad. He finally figured it out, to Mike. And I want you to know that doesn't cause me to feel any better, because I won't get back the male role model I needed when girls hurt me real bad all the time. Looks really down, trying to hold back any emotion. Josh with sympathy. Dad reaches his hand gently to Joey's. I'm sorry, I didn't realize. Joey to Mike. And now this is why I'm the much better father between us. He didn't have to go through all the pain and humiliation I went through. Mike. All right, Joey, you're right. I'm sorry. Mike looks shaken and in deep pain. Mike. You're right. You're right. I sucked as a dad. Josh. It's all right, Grandpa. You're a good grandpa. I'm happy to have you. Even sometimes you're so ridiculously funny. But that's part of what makes you fun to hang around. Mike, subdued, thanks. Joey, see? I gave you a second chance by fooling around with Giselle one night. Looks suggestively at Giselle. Honey? Another one tonight. Giselle, if you're trying to have another kid, Joey, forget it. I've reached way beyond limit. The store closed a long time ago. You're going to have to use strong protection if you want to get near me tonight. Joey, I didn't mean a kid. Giselle, or any other night for that matter. Joey, I'm with you on that. If my pops wants a third chance, he's going to have to find someone else to have that baby with. Mike, I thought you knew me by now. Bringing more babies in the world to overpopulate it and give corporations unfair advantage to abuse an ever-growing labor pool so they can keep wages down and profits up is never my thing. Besides, don't you remember I had that vasectomy, so my childbearing days are long over? Giselle, hey, Joey. Joey, I'm not getting a vasectomy. Mike, come on, Joey, it's not a big deal. Plus, it's the right thing. Joey, says you? Giselle, it's all right, Mike. If he'd rather have inferior quality sex, it's his choice. Internal, Samantha's hospital room, day. Samantha, dressed and looking ready for the world, is sitting with Kamala. They are holding each other and kissing. Kamala, thanks for putting up with my absence. Samantha, with happy, excited anticipation. That's okay. Nothing can bother me now. Kamala, smiling infectedly. That's great, honey. Samantha, I can't believe it's finally happening. We'll be able to really be together. Kamala, yes, I'm happy for you. Samantha, and for you too, because you'll be able to have me whenever you want. I know Mom's not going to ban me now. She learned her lesson. Kamala smiles a smile that surreptitiously betrays reservation about Samantha's good feelings. Samantha, and school. Now Kamala seems to be genuinely happy. Samantha, I hope I can catch up now since we didn't have the chance to show. Study here, and Dr. Morfield said it was not good for you to help me. That's the one thing I disagreed with him. Kamala, what do you mean? I'm sorry because somehow things got really busy. But why did you disagree? Before she has a chance to finish her question, the door opens and in walks a staff member, followed by Dr. Morfield. The girls sit up straight. Staff member, we have your discharge papers here for you to sign. Will you give an aftercare instructions? Dr. Morfield, I'll take care of that. Thank you, Jean. Staff member, okay, here you go. Samantha takes the document, briefly scans it, and signs it. Samantha, I'm so excited. Dr. Morfield, that's wonderful. Now we'll just need your mother or your father, a supervising adult, to sign your release and then take you home. Samantha, wait, I don't need them. Kamala can attest to my sanity and go with me. An uncomfortable silence hangs over Kamala, Dr. Morfield, and Jean, the staff member. Dr. Morfield, it has to be an adult. That's a legal requirement. As the discomfort continues to hang, Samantha looks at him pleadingly. Samantha, with endearing eyes. Please. Dr. Morfield, Jean, can you give us a moment, please? Jean, oh sure. She walks out of the room. Dr. Morfield looks at Samantha as though set back by her insistence. He then gives a look to Kamala, who seems about to say something. Dr. Morfield, I personally have no... If I were to entrust you into the care of another minor, I would completely trust Kamala. But aren't you overlooking something? You're going home, and you will see your parents every day. You're going to have to face, and aren't you getting along much better with your mom now? Samantha shows more discomfort, trying to process the sense of his words. An apparent tension envelops her. Samantha, yeah, that's true. But I just wanted to celebrate my freedom by going out with Kamala. Cake or soda. We can still do that, honey. Samantha, yeah, but Dr. Morfield, it sounds like you don't feel celebratory about your mother. Samantha, I'm too... I told you before, like yesterday, I'm going to need time. Dr. Morfield, all right, Samantha, I get that. And you're right. You did say bonding with your mother would take time and practice. Well, first, here's your chance to practice, because the longer you shrink from something, the more afraid you become of doing it as time goes by. Samantha, I promise you I will. Just let me have one night with... Looks at Kamala, stops. Now it's Kamala's turn to feel uncomfortable on the spot. Kamala, after thinking. Okay, I got a solution. Looks straight at Samantha. I'll go with you and your mom to your house, so I'll be there while you get settled. Okay? I can take at least that time away from home. Then we can go out for that soda or pizza or whatever, and then make a plan for the night. I'm pretty sure my mom will be okay. But if your folks really want you at home, I can get my work and bring it over. Although I don't know how well that's going to go over with your pops. Everyone looks expectantly at Samantha. Her mood is caught between joyful relief and the stressful, tense mood. Dr. Morfield. All right, first, don't worry, Samantha. Samantha, transgressing her visible tension. I'm not worried. I'm really looking forward to it. Dr. Morfield. Good. Because it's natural for anyone to have some trepidation going back into a place that was a very bad place when you were last there. So you're actually showing great courage, and I'm happy you won't be alone in your room this time. But at the same time, you're going to need your mom as an ally, because Kamala simply can't be around the clock. Samantha, so I'll go to her place. Dr. Morfield. All right, we're going to talk about love relationships in our upcoming sessions. But you need to keep telling yourself that you're okay on your own. Did you stop doing those affirmations we spoke about? Samantha. Oh, I guess I was thinking I'd do them when I get home. Dr. Morfield. Well, good. So then there's something, so then there's another reason to go home and stay home. I want you to practice saying these affirmations when you're alone, in front of the mirror. Because saying them when you're alone will help you be stronger when no one else is around, as well as when someone you feel conflicted about is around. Samantha. Should I say them to my mom? Dr. Morfield. You can, but the main thing is to say them. Maybe after you get comfortable saying them to yourself, you can try them out on your mom. Samantha, clearing the tension back to the joyful contentment. Yeah, so let's take care of it then. Dr. Morfield. All right, so let me get a hold of them then. And then we can, Samantha, wait, them who? I only said my mom. Who else were you thinking about? Dr. Morfield. I see we got more to talk about, so we'll have to get you scheduled for an outpatient follow-up as quickly as possible so we can talk about your relationship with your father. Samantha. I just don't want him to be the first person I see when I leave the hospital. Internal. The house, living room, night. Same scene as the breakfast scene, only dinner. Giselle. Can't believe I was dumb enough to try to go back to work. Joey. I told you not to, but you had to be stubborn. Giselle. Are you getting enough work to pay all the extra bills? Joey. Well, unlike you, I don't get paid to be sick as a business owner, but you get sick pay. Giselle. I'm saving them for a real emergency. Joey, which you're going to have if you don't take time off. Giselle, would you let me live my life? I never see you following my common sense ideas when you get stupid. Joey, like two wrongs make a right. Besides, I never get stupid. Can't afford to. Mike, actually on this one I gotta go with Joey. You should take care of your health, Giselle. Giselle, look, Mike, it works this way. If you accumulate enough sick time, they'll convert it to pay, and then it becomes time and a half. Mike, not if, God forbid, you get so sick your medical bills wipe out all your profit because you didn't listen to your body. All of a sudden, a loud bang at the front door interrupts them, amid everyone's expression of utter shock and fear. Joey, what kind of a monster? Banging so loud at this time of night? He gets up to answer it. Joey, I hope this neighborhood's not turning into one of them ghettos. To Knocker, yelling. Excuse me, but could you please tone down your knocking? Giselle, off screen from table and back. Oh, Joey, not everything has to be a drama. Just frickin' answer the door. That's what they got those drama action movies for. Joey, you don't know that. He opens it. Jenny is there. Jenny, excuse me, you don't know me, but you must be Giselle's husband. Joey, already suspicious. Shrewd deduction. And you must be in the wrong house because you're not any relation to anyone here. Giselle, off screen. Joey, let her in, please, without giving her the third degree. Jenny brushes by him in a canceling manner and heads toward the table. And Giselle, Jenny, irritated, anger. You know how many times I've tried to call or text you? And you've been so cold. What the hell's the matter with you? Joey. Hey, don't talk to my wife that way. Jenny, ignoring him. Canceling and ghosting me? I don't ghost people, and I don't get ghosted by people. Joey, to her back, holding open door. Well, congratulations, you just managed to do both. More irritated from being ignored by her. Hey, I'm holding the door for you. Josh is showing immense glee at the tense drama. Joey, the least you could do is show some appreciation for my courtesy by leaving through it. Jenny, sitting in Joey's vacated chair at table. Honey, I tried to tell you I'm sorry so many times. Giselle, Jenny, I can't do this. Fine, I forgive you. You can go now. Joey, still at door. And don't ever come back. Hey, I'm talking to you. What the He walks back to the table. And don't be eating my food off my plate. Giselle, Joey, now you see how lucky you are. This lady's a pro at handling men. You'll never get anywhere with her. Jenny, you see what you started by brushing me off and ignoring me? You got your whole family in an uproar. Giselle, now Jenny, that's not fair. He's my husband who I love. And you're doing the same thing to him, ignoring him. Jenny, I wasn't talking about him. I was talking about you. Joey, I'm talking to you. You can get up and let me finish my meal. Jenny gets up and stands as Joey sits. Giselle, what really did you come for? And whatever it is going on with that crazy, scary husband of yours, I can't be part of it. Jenny, well, tell me this then. Who welcomed you into her home when you needed a place? Suddenly, Tom enters, looking upset and angry, causing a stir, particularly on Joey's part. Fade out.